Good morning. So we've discussed over the past few days the halachot of someone who travels from Israel to outside of Israel, how long for, how many days he keeps, one or two, and so on. Now let's turn our attention to the other way around, a person who travels from outside of Israel, from Chutz La'aretz into Israel. What does he need to keep, how many days, and so on. So we would expect the halachot to be symmetrical, in the sense of, just like we explained, the different views, how long a person needs to leave Israel for, intends to leave Israel for in order to keep 2 days outside, it would be the same. Now, whether one holds 1 year, like we explained, or those who hold a bit more, it would be the same. And that's what one would expect. However, there was the famous opinion of the Hacham Tzvi. The Hacham Tzvi was a Tzvi Hirsch Ashkenazi. He was an Ashkenazi, but he was given the title Hacham Tzvi. And he lived in the 17th century. He was the father of Yaakov Emden, a very influential Posek. And he, to the best of my knowledge, was the first one to come up with the view that even if a person is only visiting Israel and they have every intent to go back to outside of Israel, but since you are in Israel, you only keep 1 day like everyone else. And what's the logic for this? The logic for this, he explains, is that since the whole idea of keeping 2 days outside of Israel is because of the minhag, is to continue the custom of the place which you're in. He says that's only applicable if you're in that place. If you're in that place, you continue the custom. If, however, you've traveled over, and you're not in that place anymore, you don't have that minhag binding upon you, and so you only need to keep 1 day, even if I have full intent, I'm just going for Pesach, I'm just going for Sukkot, and I intend to come back after, nonetheless, you only have to keep 1 day. Because the whole idea of keeping 2 days is only because of the minhag hamakom. That was the minhag in Bavel, that was the minhag outside of Israel, but you're not in that place anymore, so you only have to keep 1 day. This opinion, some took this on, including the Shulchan Aruch Harav, the first Lubavitch Rebbe, Shneur Zalman Fliadi. He followed this opinion seemingly, and this was their opinion. But this, it's important to establish, this is a minority opinion. This is a minority opinion that makes a distinction between those who travel from Israel to outside, that there's a time factor to the traveling from outside of Israel into Israel, where there's no time factor. Once you're in, you always keep 1 day. This is a minority opinion. The vast majority of the poskim disagreed with this and took on that it depends about your intent. If you're visiting and you just there for the chag and you intend to come back after, or you for a short period of time, you keep 2 days. If, however, you are going for an extended period of time, and again we'll discuss what that means, but if you're going for an extended period of time and your intent is to stay in Israel, then you keep 1 day. It's all about intent. Just like traveling from Israel to outside, it's about intent. So too, traveling from outside of Israel into Israel, it's all about intent, how long you plan to stay there, and you keep 2 days. And this is the minhag of the vast majority of the poskim, the vast majority of Am Yisrael. There are certain groups which take on this opinion, the first opinion of the Hacham Tzvi, but as we've said, generally speaking, the starting point is if one's intent is to return back to Chutz La'aretz, then they must keep 2 days even inside of Israel. There was even another opinion, a third opinion, which is also a very minority opinion, which was that the concept of keeping 1.5 days. Apparently, Rav Kook held this. 1.5 days Yom Tov means that to accommodate both opinions, and so you keep those who travel from outside of Israel into Israel and intend to come back, they keep 2 days in the sense that they don't do work, but they don't do melacha, but they don't. But they wear tefillin and they don't pray the prayers of Yom Tov. They pray the regular prayers. So they're keeping 1.5 days in the sense that they're keeping 2 days out of doubt not to do work on the second day, but are not treating it as a full Yom Tov in the sense that you would wear tefillin and you would pray the regular weekday prayers and so on. But again, that doesn't seem to be the minhag, and the minhag is that you keep 2 days. But as Hashem, next week we'll delve into more details about this period of time, intent,